Get ready for history, because Pereira and Ciryl Gane just faced off on the White House lawn. These two elite fighters met in a monumental moment right where they are about to battle for supremacy. This isn't just a meeting. It sets the stage for the biggest showdown of the year as the UFC prepares for its historic event.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive into the incredible interactions between UFC stars and the president. Ilia Topuria and Pereira, alongside Justin Gaethje and Ciryl Gane, all visited Donald Trump at the White House in the Oval Office for intense promotional moments. Find out what these champions said about their matchups and the massive event coming up. We are getting the details on the sheer drama unfolding at the White House for UFC Freedom 250. Ciryl Gane and Pereira shared a stare-down on the South Lawn, marking the first time these former champions faced each other publicly. We break down the professional tension and the significance of this historic face-off. Finally, we reveal the bizarre details surrounding the special Freedom 250 belt unveiled by Donald Trump and the intense conversation between Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje about their upcoming fight. Tune in now to get the full scoop on this monumental card happening on June 14th, and don't miss the action. In a historic display of crossover sports and political engagement, top MMA stars Pereira, Ciryl Gane, Ilia Topuria, and Justin Gaethje recently faced off on the White House lawn, with all four athletes also meeting with President Donald Trump. This high-profile gathering precedes a landmark UFC event scheduled for next month on the White House lawn to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, dubbed UFC Freedom 250. The promotional face-offs took place on Wednesday in Washington, D.C., setting the stage for the major card. Pereira and Gane squared off, an encounter that symbolizes the on-the-ground competition they will soon engage in. Pereira is currently pursuing a historic feat by aiming to become the first person to win titles across 3 different UFC weight classes, challenging Gane for an interim heavyweight title. Meanwhile, the main event of the UFC White House card featured Ilia Topuria challenging interim champion Justin Gaethje for the lightweight title. Both champions were present for the event, and reports suggest Topuria and Gaethje also faced off on the lawn, though no images have yet been released. President Trump expressed immense enthusiasm for the event, stating, "I'm a big sports fan. There are no people tougher in sports than the people behind me. These are the toughest people. June 14, we're having a big fight. It's never going to happen again. It's never happened before. It's all of the best fighters, the best 4 fighters standing behind me, all 4 champions, and it's going to happen right in front of the White House. This will be the greatest show on earth." Shortly after the press event, the UFC released a video capturing the first face-off between Topuria and Gaethje on the White House lawn, solidifying the atmosphere of unprecedented athletic and political convergence. Noi Dung Kai Tight. UFC stars Ilia Topuria and Pereira recently paid a visit to President Donald Trump at the White House in a promotional capacity ahead of a major upcoming event. The visit took place in the Oval Office, where the fighters met with the president, marking another instance of high-profile UFC athletes engaging with the administration. /N/N, the White House is set to host a significant UFC fight card on June 14th, coinciding with President Trump's birthday. The card will feature a lightweight title bout between champion Ilia Topuria and challenger Justin Gaethje, who currently holds the interim belt. In the co-main event, former 2-division champion Pereira is slated to challenge Ciryl Gane for the heavyweight interim belt. /N/N, the promotional visit featured several notable exchanges. During the meeting, Trump offered comments on the fighters, including noting that Pereira has a history of knockouts and describing Ilia Topuria as very special. /N/N, an interesting dialogue occurred between Topuria and Trump regarding Justin Gaethje's participation in a tough fight. Topuria questioned why Trump wanted to subject his friend to such a difficult contest, leading to a spirited exchange where Topuria expressed absolute confidence in his victory. Gaethje responded by stating he desired that challenge. Trump affirmed his intent, stating, "I want to give the hardest test, that's right." /N this engagement is part of a recurring trend, as numerous UFC stars have previously visited the president, including Colby Covington, Joe Rogan, UFC CEO Dana White, and many other high-profile fighters who have endorsed Trump. The upcoming White House event promises to be a major showcase for the sport. In a high-profile event signaling an upcoming heavyweight title unification bout, former interim heavyweight contender Ciryl Gane and former middleweight and light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira engaged in their first face-off on the White House lawn. The confrontation took place on the South Lawn, marking a significant moment for both fighters. This meeting followed prior engagements, including meetings with President Donald Trump in the Oval Office, alongside headliners Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje. The stare-down was strictly professional, with both athletes maintaining a composed demeanor during their first face-to-face interaction. This event serves as a precursor to their scheduled lightweight title unification bout set for June 14 in Washington. The South Lawn is slated to be transformed into the venue for this unique, one-off event, emphasizing the significance of the upcoming competition. In a highly unusual event, U.S. President Donald Trump hosted the top 4 fighters for the upcoming Freedom 250 card on June 14 at the Oval Office on Wednesday. The quartet included Justin Gaethje, lightweight champion Ilia Topuria, Alex Pereira, and Ciryl Gane. The gathering included a brief press conference. Gaethje's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, who has ties to the September 11, 2001 attacks and previously worked as an FBI informant, also spoke. A key moment was the unveiling of a special, themed belt for the event, headlined by lightweight champion Topuria and American challenger interim champion Gaethje. Gaethje took the opportunity to thank Trump, noting that Trump's support helped open venues for the promotion in the early years. Topuria also praised the president, though he questioned why Trump wanted to set up a difficult matchup for Gaethje. The exchange concluded with Trump asserting that he wanted to provide the toughest test, stating, "I want to give the hardest test, we're going to give the hardest test. And actually each one of you is fighting your toughest test, I think." Topuria expressed complete faith in his chances of winning, and Trump echoed this sentiment, suggesting that Gaethje also possessed that same faith, which he believed would make for an amazing fight. The 7-fight Freedom 250 card is scheduled for June 14, held on the White House grounds. The event was originally slated for July 4 to mark the American semiquincentennial, but the date was moved to June while retaining the Freedom 250 branding.